Right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Specialist 1994. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this movie. My expectations are way low considering that Karate Man's recommendations for 90s Schwarzenegger slash Stallone movies have been ranging from mediocre to dumb to just plain torture. This is a lone exception. Lots of explosions, cool scene with Sharon Stone, although I didn't need to see Stallone's arse. And also, great performance by James Wood, unintentional humor with his anger bit routine. James Woods and Sharon Stone are the reason to watch. Not so much the other actors. Um, yeah, I was surprised. This is going to be another Karate Man recommendation, in case you didn't figure it out just now. But I'm sure you already did. Because nobody recommends this movie besides Karate Man. I can't read the movie poster. The words are too small and it's blurry on my computer. The resolution's no good. So I'll just get into it now. Yeah, we've got some police corruption too. I forgot to add. Karate Man was right. He said there's lots of explosions and Sharon Stone gets nude. He was right on track. And he's in the chat room now. Karate Man surprised me with this one. All right. The Specialist is a 1994 U.S. action thriller film. It looks more like a film noir directed by Louis Llosa and starring Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, James Woods, Eric Roberts, and Rod Steiger. It is loosely based on the Specialist series of novels by John Shirley. The film was met with negative critical response, but it became a box office success. And Gloria Estefan's version of Turn the Beat Around became a dance sensation, becoming #1 on Billboard's Dance Clubs Songs chart. So they've got lamestream pop music on a lamestream movie. Music by Gloria Estefan. Okay, she's now in the music by credits and in the tag. I just put Gloria Estefan in there. I don't know why. I don't like her music, but okay. In 1984, Captain Ray Quick and Colonel Ned Trent, explosive experts working for the CIA, are on a mission to blow up a car transporting a South American cocaine dealer. So my question is, what are they doing in South America? And why are they there? And why are they destroying private property? Those are my main two questions. Okay. We've got production company Jerry Weintraub Productions, distributed by Warner Brothers. Release date October 7th, 1994. Running time 110 minutes. This is a really long movie, but I will say this. The buildup is slow for the first 40 minutes, and then the rest of the movie is just pure bedlam. It is very enjoyable entertainment. The last hour of this movie. Country, United States, language, English, budget, $45 million, and box office of a whopping 170.4 million. So here's the case where you got a lamestream movie. It's more popular than the critics make it out to be. And it's actually quite good. So you've got those three dynamics. It's a very unusual movie. I have to admit, I was not looking forward to watching this. All right. So they're going after the South American cocaine dealer. But when the car appears, a little girl is inside with the dealer. And Ray is feeling guilty. He's like Barnabas the vampire. Ray insists they abort the mission. But Ned intends to see it through. And he allows the explosion to happen. Just collateral damage, according to Ned, played by the great James Woods. And the child is subsequently killed, along with the dealer. Furious, Ray beats Ned, and he reports him to his superiors, and he resigns from the CIA. So now both Ned and Ray are out of the job. Ned becomes a corrupt police officer, and Ray is an amateur explosives guy who's helping Sharon Stone get revenge on drug dealers. Okay. Years later in Miami, Ray works as a freelance hitman. So Sharon Stone must have a lot of money because she's hiring him to go after these guys, and they're not playing around. They mix business with pleasure. He answers ads placed by a woman named Mae Monroe, played by the great Sharon Stone, and and he speaks to her to decide if he should take the job or not. She's the only child of parents who were killed by Thomas Leone and his men. Against his better judgment and pushed by her insistence that she will infiltrate the gang with or without him, Ray is persuaded to accept the job. Even though he has agreed, May ingratiates herself into Thomas's world as Adrian Hastings. So not only is she hiring the explosives guy to go after these people, but she's also having a relationship with Eric Roberts, who is the son of the bad guy who ordered the kill of her family. Ned now works for Joe Leon, Thomas's father, and director of their organized crime syndicate. Once the hits on their lower level men begin, they contact the chief of police to place Ned in their bomb squad. May tolerates Thomas, and she plays along as his girlfriend to personally watch the hits one by one. So not only does she want the explosions to happen, but she wants to watch these people die in a ball of fire. It is revealed that May has actually been forced into a partnership with Ned, whose goal was to coax Ray out of hiding. So she's like a double agent. She's working for both Ray and Ned at the same time, and she's a triple agent. She's also Eric Roberts' girlfriend, part time, of course, until he dies, and then she finds another boy toy. After the job in South America went wrong, Ned was dismissed from the CIA, and he is intent on revenge. You've got to see the anger scene when when Stallone is on the phone for, or I should say, Ray is on the phone for 50 minutes. He's on a payphone, and they're trying to trace him. And James Wood, aka Ned, just has the most funny and ridiculous temper tantrum. He's, he's screaming on the top of his lungs. He's throwing the tape around. He's just going. The guy is just a total madman. When a trap for Thomas is set, May is in the room. The resulting explosion appears to kill them both. Ned goes to Joe to pay his respects. The grieving father lets Ned live only so that he can find Ray and take him alive before Thomas is buried. Ray and Ned believe May is dead, yet Ray discovers bulletin board messages are still being posted. He responds to one, realizing that it is a trap set by Ned and the bomb squad, and he baits Ned into an explosive tirade. That was the highlight of the movie right there. That in the shower scene. At the at the funeral of Adrian Hastings, Ray finds that May is alive. She went there to see if Ray would attend. The two go to the Fontainebleau Hotel and they have sex. In the beginning, I thought it was just a tease when she's talking to Stallone on the phone, and you see it. You see in her in a very dark room, you could barely see her nipple flashing. I thought it was just a tease, but then I saw the shower scene. I was like, "Whoa, this is extensive nudity here." She then leaves. Meanwhile, Ned had gone to the cathedral, and he learns that the person in the casket is not May. She runs into Ned in the hotel lobby, and she makes an excuse as to why she did not reveal that she was alive. A henchman is ordered to take her to the car, and en route, she asks to use the restroom. Once there, she calls to warn Ray. He rigs the hotel room to explode. Another cool scene where the hotel room just sinks into the water. When Ned's henchmen appear, it detonates, killing 3 of them. May is taken to Joe Leon, but Ned insists on keeping her alive to lure Ray out. Ned listens in as Ray calls May. He refuses to meet her with her and be set up again, but she convinces him that she truly does care about him. He arranges a meeting at a seafood restaurant, and May uses secret coding to tell him that it is a trap before hanging up. This is great stuff. Unbelievable. When Ned sees May inside, the restaurant explodes. Ray and May. And then James Wood has another temper tantrum. Ray and May escape to their warehouse. To his warehouse. Ned listens to the recording of Ray's call, and he tracks down his location. The next morning, May is prepared to leave to kill Joe Leon herself, but Ray tells her to let go of the past. It's not going to accomplish anything. Oh, revenge is sweet. Sharon Stone says, "Forget you. I'm going to kill him whether you like it or not. I don't care." Ned arrives with an army of police that surround the booby-trapped warehouse. Ray and May are cornered. While pursuing them, Ned steps on the mine. The warehouse explodes, killing Ned. Ray and May escape through a tunnel. So Ray has this Atari game set up. It's a very intricate way of protecting his house by blowing it up in little bits and pieces. before the final grand explosion. The warehouse explodes, killing Ned. Ray and May escaped unseen through a tunnel. The next day, Joe opens his mail and he finds a necklace. It contains a picture of May's parents and it is rigged with a bomb which kills Joe instantly. A big surprise there. After hearing the necklace explode and knowing all responsible for her parents' death are dead, Ray asks May how she feels, to which she responds, better. And then you hear the lamestream Gloria Estefan version of Turn the Beat Around, an old disco song from the 70s. Gloria Estefan's husband, Amelia Estefan Jr., has a small part as the piano player. Recording artist LaGaia Frazier appears as a singer, and character actor Brent Sexton plays Manny. Alexandra Saros had written the script back in the 1980s. Goida, hello. Oh, Sefin is in the chat room. Luis Llosa also directed the first Sniper the year prior. By the way, I just found out Sniper 11. Yes, I repeat, 11 just recently came out a few weeks ago. How many Sniper movies are there? Crazy. I recommended the Sniper movies a few times. I think you only recommended the first 3 or 4. The franchise has hit and miss, pun intended. Oh, that's why. Because you didn't like 5 through 10? The first 3 are the best ones, but after that, it went downhill. Even the budgets were getting lower. Oh, we like so bad that they're good type movies. We're going to add all 11 to my list now that Karate Man mentioned it. I will give Luis Llosa directing credit since Karate Man pointed it out. And I have no idea about this guy because I haven't seen any of the Sniper movies directed. Luis Llosa. And then we'll go down into the tag section and we'll put Luis Llosa. Save. All right. Alexandra Saros had written the script back in the 1980s, being inspired by the Specialist series of books by John Cutter and the films The Conversation and Last Tango in Paris. Well, that's a good influence for a script, Last Tango in Paris. What a great movie that is. The script made the rounds until it was optioned and bought by Warner Brothers around 1991. Mario Van Peebles was attached to direct the film, but he left. At one stage, David Fincher was set to direct the film, as Stallone liked Fincher's work, but he was overruled due to the box office failure of Alien 3, which Fincher had directed. We don't like Alien 3 so much on this channel. We much prefer Alien 4. Or Alien Resurrection, I should say. The Hughes brothers turned down an offer to direct the film. In January 1993, the Los Angeles Times listed The Specialist as the best unproduced thriller script in Hollywood based on a poll of 40 agents, producers, and studio executives. Steven Seagal was offered to star in and direct the film. That would have been an interesting film. Seagal was a fan of the script, but he wanted the sex scenes toned down, and he wanted $9 million. Oh, forget you. I changed my mind. The studio didn't want to pay Seagal that much money, and they offered it to Sylvester Stallone instead, whose career was in decline already. But he sort of got a boost by this one. a little dead cat bounce, as I said in my previous video. In his autobiography, Roger Moore stated that he was offered a part in the film, but he turned it down. He further stated in the book that once he saw the finished product, he was glad he didn't take the part. Why? What's wrong with this movie? I guess we'll find out soon. Once the film went into production, numerous changes were made to the screenplay, with Akiva Goldsman reworking the script. Stallone's character was originally written as a lonely and existential character, according to Saras. Stallone was interested in doing that, but at the last minute, he reverted to the action character, and Stallone's character was made more of a victim rather than a free agent, just lacking identity. The Specialist opened in the U.S. on October 7th, and it grossed $14,317,765 in its opening weekend, finishing number one at the U.S. box office. Lamestream. In its second weekend, it grossed $8,972,766, finishing second to the claimed $9.3 million gross of Pulp Fiction. However, others disputed Miramax Films' claiming gross and felt that The Specialist was the highest grossing for the weekend. The film ended up making back its budget with $57,367,582 at the domestic box office, while making another $113 million internationally, giving it a worldwide gross of a whopping $170 million, $362,582. It set a Warner Brothers record opening in the Philippines with $1.1 million, and it had the fifth biggest opening of all time in Spain, with a gross of $2.1 million. It was Stallone's third highest grossing movie at the box office in the 1990s, and the second highest gross overall, next to Cliffhanger. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B- on an A+ to F scale. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 10% based on reviews from 30 critics. That is a very low rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Roger Ebert gave it 2 stars out of 4, stating that The Specialist is one of those films that forces the characters through torturous mazes of dialogue and action to explain a plot that is so unlikely it's not worth the effort. You know a movie's in trouble when the people in line at the parking garage afterward are trying to figure out what the heroine's motivations were. Well, why then is Die Hard such a great movie? Because the guy is obviously destroying private property all over the place, and he's got an ego trip. He's kind of enjoying throwing bombs all over the place. I mean, isn't that the same as this movie? How is it different? James Berardinelli rated it 1.5 out of 4 stars, writing the movie is excruciatingly dumb, and given the releases of Speed and Blown Away this summer, there's no dearth of explosion-based motion pictures. The only twist this one offers is that here the bomber is a good guy. ... I guess they're being sarcastic here. The 1996 movie guide Seen That, Now What? The film was given the rating of D+, describing the film as strange, would-be erotic thriller action film. Hey, that's right up my alley. We love that kind of flick on this channel. Is almost totally bad enough to achieve camp status. Yeah, it is camp status. With a good supporting cast floundering amidst the explosions of dumb plot. Why do we need a plot in a strange would-be erotic thriller action film? The film is listed in Golden Raspberry Award founder John Wilson's book, The Official Razzie Movie Guide, as one of the 100 most enjoyable bad movies ever made. We agree with that. So bad that it's good. At the 15th Golden Raspberry Awards, the film was nominated in 5 categories and won 2 of them. Worst Picture nominated, Worst Actor, Sylvester Stallone nominated, Worst Actress, Sharon Stone also for Intersection winner. We got to see Intersection. I'm adding Intersection to my list. Worst Supporting Actor, Rod Steiger nominated. Worst Screen Couple, Stallone and Stone, winner tied with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt for Interview with the Vampire. At the 17th Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, the film was nominated in 4 categories and it won one of them. Worst Picture nominated. Worst Actor, Sylvester Stallone nominated. Worst Actor, Rod Steiger nominated. Worst Actress, Sharon Stone, also for Intersection, winner. We got to get Intersection. Year-end list. Third worst, Sean P. Means, The Salt Lake Tribune. Fourth worst, Janet Maslin, The New York Times. Top 4 worst, not ranked. Stephen Hunter, The Baltimore Sun. Top 10 worst, not ranked. Dan Webster, The Spokesman Review. Top 12 worst, alphabetically ordered, not ranked. David Elliott, The San Diego Union Tribune. Dishonorable mention, William Arnold, Seattle Post Intelligencer. Dishonorable mention, Dan Kraft, The Pantograph. Worst not ranked, Bob Ross, The Tampa Tribune. So we've got all these people telling us it's a real stinker. The Razzies revealing it as one of those so bad that it's good type movies. And Sharon Stone getting Worst Actress by 2 different bad movie awards organizations, the Golden Raspberry Award and the Stinkers. My desk says privet. Okay. So we're going to get the Intersection, the rest of the Sniper franchise. We're going to add some more so bad that they're good type movies with Sharon Stone and the Sniper. The Specialist is 1994, rated R, 1 hour 50 minutes. Like I said, watch the first 40 minutes or so. I mean, skip the first 40 minutes or so and watch the last hour and 10 minutes. It's just mindless entertainment, mind-boggling. The scene where Sharon Stone finally goes to Sylvester Stallone's rigged. We're talking about Ray and May here. They're together in his rigged bachelor pad, and you can see the light shining through the shades, and it looks like they're both prisoners behind bars. And you're thinking, man, the art imitates reality here. It's like, yeah. There's no plot. All right. Gets a it gets an okay 5.6 out of 10. 71,000 ratings. Somewhat popular movie, but not crazy popular. A woman entices a bomb expert she's involved with into destroying the mafia that killed her family. Sharon Stone is on a power trip. She gets what she wants, and nothing's going to stop her. We've got a more like this Assassins, which is coming up here soon on my list. I believe it's number 3. Cobra, which I've already reviewed, gets a similar rating. Assassins gets an even higher rating than The Specialist because it's got Antonio Banderas in it. Tango and Cash, which is a great movie. Daylight. I don't even remember Daylight. Sharon Stone was 36 when this movie was filmed, although her character was supposed to be in her early 20s. She got plastic surgery. It's okay. The scene in which Ray sets a trap in his high-rise balcony hotel room overlooking the water was spectacular, but from a construction or physics perspective, it was preposterous. No amount of explosives placed on the surface of the floor, walls, and ceilings could have caused the balcony to break off cleanly as depicted. Ray would have had to have hired crews to use heavy equipment to drill into the concrete and then place explosives inside the concrete. Obviously, the hotel would not have cooperated with Ray's remodeling. So we've got some controlled demolitions experts here on IMDb. Ned Trent says to an old couple trying to get on an elevator, the old man is wearing a colorful shirt. Where are you going? Hey, use the stairs. This one's full. Get out of here. Get a new shirt. We love James Woods in this one. Notice how James Woods doesn't get any of the Razzie or Stinker nominations. The Blu-ray features the 2003 Warner Brothers Pictures logo plastered the opening 1992 variant. This is featured in Gloria Estefan Turn the Beat Around 1994. Soundtrack Slip Away, written by Lawrence Dermer as Lawrence P. Dermer, produced by Emilio Estefan Jr. and Lawrence Dermer as Lawrence P. Dermer, performed by Lagancia Frazier, courtesy of Crescent Moon Records, Inc. I have no idea who all these people are, but last but not least, well, almost last but not least, because I've got to go through my list, is a less flattering review from Slightly Lima D22, dated January 28th, 2016. Slight Lima D22 gives this a 6 out of 10. Somewhat lower rating, but closer to the actual average on IMDb. The title of the review is James Woods Steals the Show, and I agree with that. Continuing my plan to watch every Sly Stallone movie in order. Is this a Karate Man? I come to the 1994's The Specialist, Plot in a paragraph. Sylvester Stallone is Ray Quick, a freelance bomb expert who lives off the grid. He reminds me of one of my churchgoers who's got one of my fellow church parishioners. He's got like a farm in the back. Don't worry, he's a good guy underneath. It is Stallone, after all. He wouldn't kill innocent people, just destroys lots of property. And he takes in stray cats and he gives up his seat to a pregnant woman on the bus. Isn't that nice? Mae Monroe, Sharon Stone, contacts him, and she wants him to kill the 3 men who killed her family years ago, who work for the Leon crime family headed by Joe Rod Steiger and his son Tomas, a fun Eric Roberts. Their head of security, Ned, a brilliant scene-stealing turn by James Woods, just happens to be Ray's former partner. What a coincidence. Ray Quick has to be the blandest and dullest character had played at this point. I'm not sure if he was bored in the role, but he just sleepwalks his way through the movie. In this case, Stallone's wooden acting is part of the fun. Like with Cobra, we get shots of Sly looking mean and moody behind his shades, or intense and moody as he works on a bomb. Lots of posing as he listens to Stone's voice over and over as he stalks her. Lots of posing, not much actual acting. The first part of the movie is just Stallone following around Eric Roberts. And that's pretty much it. And at one point, Eric Roberts gets out of his car and he says, "What's wrong with you? Are you gay?" That was great. Sharon Stone does what Sharon Stone did at that point of her career. Look good and take her clothes off. Yeah, that's all that she's good for. Eric Roberts, how did this man not have a bigger career? I'd much rather watch him on screen than his sister. Amen to that. He's a lot of fun and actually underused. Steiger is surprisingly underwhelming, which is a shame. But it's James Woods who this movie belongs to. He is simply fantastic. And the movie is a lot poorer when he is not on the screen. So once again, for the second movie in a row, Stallone is completely overshadowed by his co-star, like Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man. James Woods not only steals every scene he is in, he walks away with the full movie. You could argue 3 and John Lithgow and Cliffhanger. As with Nighthawks and Demolition Man, Stallone has scenes cut featuring the villain, this time Woods, and more shot with himself. The scene with the thugs on the bus and the one where Roberts threatens Sly with the knife. That's another great scene at the last minute. It made no difference. Woods stole the movie. Despite a relatively short running time, it actually feels a lot longer than it is. I don't know about that. It's got a long running time to me. Normal running time is 1 hour, 30 minutes. This one's 1 hour, 50 minutes. And it's the last 1 hour, 10 minutes that actually make the movie. An interesting note on this is David Fincher was set to direct this at one stage. Stallone liked Fincher and wanted him, but he was overruled by the producers because of the failure of Alien 3. Instead, they went with Luis Llosa, who had directed the straight-to-video Fire on the Amazon with Sandra Bullock and Sniper with Tom Berenger in 1993. While Llosa's career went nowhere, he only directed 2 movies after this, whilst Fincher made the mega hit 7 a year later. All right. So I'm going to get the intersection, the the Sniper series, Fire on the Amazon, and Seven. I'm going to get all of those after watching this. The uh, the movie list. Number one on the list is To Catch a Thief in 1955, The Dick Tracy Show, 1961, and Assassins, 1995, which we mentioned already. So that's the end of my review. Not much to say about The Specialist other than lame stream. Uh, no critical acclaim, absolutely none. Um, the rest of the U.S. population, it's somewhat popular, not hugely popular, but it made a ton of money, and it sort of gave Stallone a career bounce. And then we have the so bad that it's good type quality that we love on this channel, of course, that we tried to pick up on and highlight from time to time. All right. So that's the end of my review. I'm going to cook some beef stew and jump on the To Catch a Thief later. Laters.